वर्णिवेशरमणीयदर्शनं मन्दहासरुचिराननाम्बुजं पूजितं सुरनरोत्तमैर्मुदा धर्मनन्दनमहं विचिन्तये प्रभु तव मूर्तिविनोदकारी पलपन विसरे नहीं जो विसारी जुगल चरण सोड़ चिन्ह जेह नजर समीपे रहो अमारी एह नजर समीपे रहो अमारी एह गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वर गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। बोलो श्री स्वामीनारायण भगवाननी जय। श्री ठाकुरजी महाराजनी जय। श्री घनश्याम महाराजनी जय। सद्गुरुदेवनी जय। Supreme Almighty, our beloved Thakurji Maharaj, all the Sadgurus from our divine Muktanandiya Parampara, Path Maker Control Liberation Pujapat Guruji, all divine Muktos of this Loyadham Parivar, first bowing down to all the Sadgurus, Puja Guruji, all of the Santos and Bhaktos of Loyadham Parivar. My humble Jai Swaminarayan. Today in week 3 Yuva Sabha course, we are trying to go deep inside what should be the characteristic of a devotee who is known as Loyadham Parivar devotee. So today's title is Life of Loyadham Parivar Devotees. We know we are as a human being, you live a life like as an ordinary human being. Maybe you living your life as a parents. Maybe you are living your life as a student. In this way, you have different categories according to your different your work or your behavior or your participant with the others, that determine what is your life. Meaning, if you behave as a professional, then that's life. It is called as your life as a professional. In the same way, when you behave as a student, so that's your life in your college or in your high school. That's called your student life. In the same way, as we are living a life of a devotee, but we are living a life of Loyadham Parivar devotees, and that's why today's topic is life of Loyadham Parivar devotees. So now, first and foremost, let me see what's today's Yuva Sabha include. First one is puja and chandlo, meaning Tilak chandlo. Second one is panchvartman. Third one is regular seva. Fourth one is katha varta. Fifth one is sant samagam. Sixth one is aware of activities of Loyadham. Seven, discretion in practical life. Eighth one is Loyadham is main aim, meaning Marula Loyadham. So these 8 points, or we can say through this 8 point, we can understand what is the characteristic of a devotee who live in Loyadham Parivar. This is very simple and short. Let's go further. First and foremost, the main and the must have the qualities of performing daily puja and mansi puja for the devotee of Loyadham Parivar. Why these points? Why this topic included in this Yuva Sabha course? Even after you have passed 2 or 3 years of Yuva Sabha courses, then why today? It's only because this is like a reminder, or we can say this is like a caution or something like that. Just as you are flying in the plane, you have fly like previously like hundred of times. But still, whenever you begin your journey, the attendants of the flights, they always reminding you like here is the exit, two exits in the middle, two exit in the last, in this way. And they also explain you like when the oxygen level is not appropriate, automatically the mask coming down, and you should put first to you, then to your children. In this way, they are explaining everything to you. Why? Even though you know about all these things, but still, every time they are recalling you. In the same way, today's point, this daily puja and mansi puja, this also like that. Even though you are performing this daily puja every day, I know. Otherwise, you cannot stay in Loyadham Parivar. But what is the characteristic of a devotee who lives in this Loyadham Parivar? The devotee who is known as Loyadham Parivar devotee, then he or she must have to keep their puja with them. Even though they were in like traveling or something like that. Even though they are in different like their relatives' places, relatives' houses, or for tour or something like that. But still, they always perform their daily puja. Even though sometimes they happen like they have to pass some days in their relatives. They didn't believe in satsang, but still they have to stay there. And at the time, some devotees get difficulties to perform their puja. It is not because those relatives, those who are not devotee, they disturb or they like making something else, not like that. But the devotee, they have some prejudice in their mind, like if I perform daily puja in his house, he didn't like this. No, we should not think like this. We should think at the time, if I perform daily puja, my Maharaj, my Sadguru would become pleased upon me. And if I do not perform this puja, even for one single day, then my Maharaj, my Sadguru would not become pleased upon me. So we should choose to whom I try to please, Bhagwan and Sadguru or the relatives. Next, we should ask our own self, what my relatives would give me and what my Maharaj and my Sadguru would give me. Then automatically the force inside you give you to energy to perform daily puja every day. Next, Mansi Puja. So Mansi Puja meaning all the devotees, in the previous slide please, in Mansi Puja, we know the 5 times of Mansi Puja in our satsang. But Loyadham Parivar Bhakto, they should precisely perform this Mansi Puja daily. I know you have a job, you have a schooling, everything. But at the time, if you can take 5 minutes at least at appropriate time of Mansi Puja, you should perform those Mansi Puja. And if you do not have any kind of chances to perform Mansi Puja, then at least perform some of Mansi Pujas, like you probably perform the first Mansi Puja in your daily puja. So that's not the case. Second Mansi Puja at the lunch time. So most of you, even though you are at the job or school, doesn't matter, but at lunch time, you probably become free. So before taking your lunch, before putting anything inside your mouth, you should remember Bhagwan. You should close your eyes for 5-7 minutes and perform Mansi Puja at that time, if you do not have more time. And if you are free, you have enough time, then you should perform Mansi Puja precisely. So this is what the second Mansi Puja. For third Mansi Puja, it is difficult to do. But still, everyone can do this. I have not asked, but many devotees who is in medical field, they explain their experiences during their during their study and after that. So at the time, they do not have any particular time to take even lunch. They do not have even proper time to sleep. So what they do? One devotee, he told me, like, Swami, when we are in medical school and after completing the school, when we are in practical stage of our life, our medical field, so at the time we do not have time to even sleep. So what we do? We did like we took our sleep when we get some time, like when there is no hurry or some rushes or something. So we immediately went to like either to washroom or something, and we while standing we took our nap. Sometimes while changing one word to another we are taking our lunch. So in the same way, if they want to take a sleep, they want to take a nap, so they adjust their time, they find out the time from their busy schedule. So we can also find out some 2, 3, 5 minutes time for doing Mansi Puja if we want to please Maharaj and Puja Guruji, because we are known as Loyadham Parivar devotee. So these qualities must be in Loyadham Parivar Bhakta. So after taking a nap, when you woke up Maharaj, that was the third Mansi Puja. And after that, the fourth Mansi Puja was definitely for the dinner, and the fifth one is for sleeping Maharaj. So before you go to sleep, while sitting in your bed, you should close your eyes and remember the whole day activities. After that, you should also remember the form of Maharaj, and you should pray to Maharaj. You should offer him like ice cream or chocolate milk, whatever you prefer, according to the weather as well. So after offering this to Maharaj, when Maharaj finishes all these things, and then you should massage Maharaj's feet. While massaging Maharaj's feet, you should talk to Maharaj, like just talking with Maharaj, nothing more like serious. You should ask something to him. Sometimes he asks to you, you should give a reply to him. In this way, when you converse with Maharaj, your devotion increase. Not only your devotion increase, but the hate or the priti for Maharaj will immensely increase day by day. And this bondage with Maharaj would give you all kind of satisfaction in the satsang. So this is must. The Mansi Puja, the importance of Mansi Puja is really, really very rare than the other sadhans, because there is direct contact with Bhagwan. So in this way, you can share your ideas. If you become angry upon someone, you should tell Maharaj while performing Mansi Puja, Maharaj, today I performed this thing. Or if someone scold you or something happened, like special event or something like that, then you should share your experience, your happiness or your misery with Maharaj. Then you become like very retired by your heart, meaning tension, worries, depressions, nothing would affect you. No kind of worries can give you pain. No kind of situation would change your mind, because you share with Bhagwan. So Bhagwan would definitely lessen your pain. So this is must. Now next, the Tilak Chandlo. We know as a devotee of Bhagwan Swaminarayan, all the devotees they perform the Tilak Chandlo, but for a devotee of Loyadham Parivar Bhakta, this is must. It's not like this is not like a symbol. It has many significance. It has many benefits if we perform. And as it is stated in Siksapatri, all male followers shall apply a tilak on their forehead with a chandlo in the middle. All married women shall only apply a round kumkum mark, meaning chandlo on their forehead. So this is direct agnya of Maharaj for each and every devotees of this satsang. So as we are known as Loyadham Parivar Bhakta, we must have followed this agnya of Maharaj. Now let we see what's happened, what is the reason why we are not doing Tilak Chandlo. Next, first thing, we have some same. Sometimes devotees they feel like same when they do the Tilak Chandlo. But that is not the case. We should learn from the people of the other religion. See how the Christians, they have the proud, they have a special kind of proud for their Christianity. Most of the Christians, they keep cross with them in many different forms. They never feel like same when they say I am Christian or I am going to church every Sunday. They never become same, or they never become feel any kind of different feelings amidst any kind of people, any kind of like people or group. They never feel any kind of wrong thing. The Jewish community, we know, the strongest community in the world. The Jewish people, they always strictly follow and abide by their religious each and every code and conducts. Why? Just as they keep like the small cap in their head, not only the older people or younger people, but even their kids, they also have the same, their religious mark. So anyone from the other religion, or anyone who is even the non-believer, they can also immediately find out this is a Jewish community. This is from the Jewish. So in this way, they become proud for their religion. And that's why they keep their symbol with them. We also can see in the third picture, the Muslim communities. They always perform their prayer at appropriate time. Whether they are traveling in the train or plane, that doesn't matter. But they always perform their prayer at appropriate time. When the time happens, whether they are at airport or train station or wherever, they immediately perform their prayer. Not only that, but they never felt any kind of like bad feeling for having a round cap on their head. They never feel any kind of like hatred or something like that, or same like that, by keeping a long beard. Why? Because they were proud of their religion. And on the other hand, we as Hindu, we as Satsangi, most likely become shy to keep a Tilak Chandlo. When we ask the devotees who do not keep the Tilak Chandlo every day, why, Bhagat, why you don't do Tilak Chandlo? Then he immediately say, Swami, when we are at job or when we are in colleges, the other people, they asking, what is this, what is this? Then that's the opportunity for you to explain them regarding your religion. But from inside, you are not proud for your religion. You are not proud for what you have attained. And that's why you become shy to perform this Tilak Chandlo every day. The reason why can't a Satsangi apply Tilak Chandlo? Are you faint-hearted from inside? Either, or are you scared of same from the world? Or anyone can scare a faint-hearted. Meaning either of these reasons you do not perform the Tilak Chandlo. But there are many significance if you do the Tilak Chandlo, which we can see in the next slide. If you do Tilak Chandlo, then strengthens your moral. First thing, you feel you are a religious person, so your moral remain always high. Second, fear of shame diminishes. No kind of shame affect you. Like when you do Tilak Chandlo, so you definitely have some strength from inside. Like you can get some strength to follow the other vows as well. Because if you have Tilak Chandlo on your forehead, so you definitely keep your safe distance from the liquor, wine, meat, or something like that. Some bad habits like that. So this is also the benefit. Third one is critics and jealous stay away from you. So whoever not believe in your religion, so definitely uh, they themselves keep themselves away from you, because they understood in their mind like this person is like that, meaning he's always stick to his religious vows. He'll never falter from his path. Fourth one is bad company stays away from you. The same thing. Stops inclinations towards immoral work. Just as I have earlier talked to you, like when you have a Tilak channel, so while doing anything bad, you automatically stop. Tilak channel would remind you, you are a devotee of Bhagwan Swaminarayan. You are a devotee of Loyadham Parivar. So this is not appropriate for you. So in this way, Tilak channel give you the stop sign, meaning while you are engaging in immoral work. So addicts also stay away from you. Rajip of Maharaj and Satpurus increases. This is important for us, because we only need to get Rajip of Satpurus, our Puja Guruji and Maharaj. If we perform Tilak Chanlo, then they like too much, like they become pleased upon us. So the Loyadham Parivar Bhaktos should perform Tilak Chanlo every day. That doesn't matter whether they are on job, they are in school, they are in colleges, doesn't matter. Moreover, you should start to do Tilak Chanlo. If you are not, then first you should start first from whenever you come to Mandir. Or if you are far from the mandirs, meaning in the other states, so you can do one thing. You can do the Tilak Chanlo in weekends. In this way, when you start once, then definitely one after 1 years passed and your Tilak Chanlo will remain every day on your forehead. Next, strict adherence to Panchvartman, 5 religious vows and Dharmaniyam. So this is also the most important thing for each and every devotees of our satsang of Loyadham Parivar. What would your Guruji's perspective regarding this adherence to the Panchvartman? Let me see Puja Guruji says in Kalyan Kanika 1st, Vat number 59. Puja Guruji says, the only way to prevent filling up the antakaran with waste through senses is by observing 5 vows. What are those vows? What are those 5 vows? Those are to not drink alcohol, first one. Second is to not eat meat. Third one is to not steal. Fourth, to not engage in adultery. And fourth and fifth, do not accept food or drink from inappropriate persons or sources, and not to give inappropriate food to anyone. So the devotee who obeys these 5 vows gets immense grace of Satpurus, and because of that, he or she attains Akshardham. So this is the first step we all should perform for our journey to Akshardham. There is only single way to go to Akshardham. There is no any other alternative ways. And the way is always work only and only through the grace of the Satpurus. So if we want immense grace of the Satpurus, then we have to follow these 5 religious vows. Let me see in detail all these 5 religious vows in next slide. Yes, first, alcohol. Not to drink wine, beer, intoxicating drugs, or sniff, inject any intoxicating drugs in any form, even as medicine. Addictiveness is strictly prohibited for Loyadham Parivar Bhaktos. We know the story of Abhay Singh Ji. Abhay Singh Ji was Darbar. He was well reputed in the state as well. As a Darbar, meaning as the village chief of Lodhika, Abhay Singh Ji had to go many times to the state government office. At the time, the state governor, meaning the king, was Jam Sahib of Jamnagar. So Abhay Singh Ji had to go once for an auspicious occasion from Lodhika to Jamnagar. There in the courtyard, in the palace of the king, as not only the Abhaysinji was the one, but many other village chiefs, they were also present over there. They all were invited by the king for celebrating an auspicious occasion. So, when everyone arrived, then the party began. So during this time, the servants, they were serving wine, liquor, etc. to the all invited guests. Abhaysinji, he was also one of the reputed and most favorite person of the king. He had too much friendship with the king Jam Sahib. But he was also a firm devotee of Bhagwan Swaminarayan. So when the servant came to Abhaysinji and trying to give him a glass of wine, Abhaysinji denied. He said no. Then the servant, he immediately went to the king, Jam Sahib. He explained him Abhaysinji denied to take this. Then Jam Sahib said, yes, he is not taking from your hand. He is my best friend, and so he is definitely take the wine from my hand. If I give him this glass, he never deny. And while saying this, he himself offering the glass of wine to Abhaysinji. But Abhaysinji still refused. He refused to take, even refused to touch the wine. Then the other opponents who are not who are the opponents of Bhagwan Swaminarayan and Satsang, they immediately said to Jam Sahib, the king, they said, Jam Sahib, this is insult for you. You yourself giving the glass and he is denying. He is refusing. He is not refusing the wine. He is not refusing the glass of wine, but he is refusing to your words, to your respect. So Jam Sahib, the king, he was thinking, yes, you are telling me the truth. So he became a little strict. His voice became strict, and he said, Abhaysinji, you have to take this. But Abhaysinji immediately took out his dagger, not to kill anyone, but he gave it to Jam Sahib. Please take this, you can drill into my neck and you can pour this glass, not this glass, but as much as you like, from the whole of my neck. But I cannot pour this into my stomach through my mouth. I'll not touch it. Because just as I have great respect for you, as you are my best friend and you are the king of the state, but I have even much more great respect for my Guru, Gopalanand Swami, who had given me these vows. And that's why I'll not drink in any condition such kind of intoxicating beverages. So when Jam Sahib listened all these things, immediately he also gave up. Meaning he gave the glass to the servant and he announced from that day, I myself will also not drink any kind of such intoxicating beverages. So this is what, when you become strict to follow your religious vows, then the other definitely helps you. From that day, Abhaysinji had never have such kind of situation in his life. Why? Because this is only once he performed this strictness, his boldness. Then the other times, no one tried to infringe him from his religious vow. Second one is meat. Not to eat meat in any form, or not even as offering of sacrifice to deities or as a medicine to save one's own life. Still, not to steal even small worthless things, even for the offering to God. Yes, this is the important thing. We know the story of Gela Bhagat of Loyadham, and you are given the course material and you can read the story from that. But I want to share another story from the life of our Puja Guruji. See, even this Agnya is very small, like not to steal even small worthless things, even for the offering to God, right? But how Sadpurus see this kind of Agnyas, how his vision is, like for him there is no any kind of Agnya small or big. Agnya is Agnya, that's it. Once, while which are in different states in United States 2-3 years ago. So once Puja Guruji and Santo were there in Chicago, and there were lots of padramnis in a day. So one after one houses, Puja Guruji were performing the padramnis. And once a devotee's house, Puja Guruji reached, in his entrance, both of the sides, he had like plantations of flowers. 2 or 3 roses plants also were there, and some beautiful roses were on the plants. Puja Guruji liked that, but Puja Guruji was thinking there might be some flowers for Thakurji Maharaj inside the home. Let first go to Padramni inside. Puja Guruji go inside the house after performing the Padramni. When Puja Guruji returned, he was standing near the rose plant. What's in his mind, no one can guess. The devotees and santos whom present there, they were thinking Puja Guruji might be waiting for taking a photo, so the owner of this house, the devotee, he come, and then Puja Guruji wanted to take photos here. But when the devotee come, after concluding all the like Padramni stuff and the other things, when he closed the door and come out, so Puja Guruji asked him, Bhagat, can I take this flower from this plant? The devotee, he was a Loyadham Parivar Bhagat, so he immediately like folded his hand and he said, please Guruji, do not ask further. This is yours. Even not this flower, but whatever you want from this house, this is yours. You do not need to ask me. Please do not ask me again. But Puja Guruji said, no, I want this for Thakurji Maharaj. And it's Maharaj Agnya, you know, in the Siksabatri Maharaj says, not flower, wood or anything, even for the purpose of offering to God, one should not take without asking the owner. See, the event was very small, but the moral from this incident is very high. Even if Puja Guruji took that without asking the devotee, and later he notified him like, Bhagat, I took the flower from here and I use it for giving it to Maharaj, the devotee would definitely become happy. But still, to give us the lesson, not to take anything of any person without asking permission. Next, the adultery, to abstain from adultery, not to look at females passionately or keep company with women except nearest relatives. We know the story of Surakhachar, our Surakhachar of Loyadham, how he remained firm when he was come into contact with a woman at night time and in solitude place, but still he always remained aware of his vow. Like, I am a devotee of Bhagwan Swaminarayan, and immediately quit that place. We know the whole story. Now, not to take food or drink from an improper person, made by improper persons or originated from improper sources. the food, meaning the outside food, which is not appropriate for Loyadham Parivar devotees. And Puja Guruji from the beginning insisted on this part, like Loyadham Parivar Bhaktas should not eat outside. No restaurant food, no anything like inappropriate food or from inappropriate persons. One should not eat such kind of food. And Goa Bhagat of Junagadh, we know the story of that. When he was offered some food from even the Brahmins, but the food contains some onion, garlic things, so he denied to eat that food. Even though he was from lower caste and the giver, though they were from the higher class, meaning Brahmins, still he denied. Next, dangers to Panchvartman, meaning when we find some difficulties to follow our 5 religious vows. First one is social media. Social media is very dangerous thing. It's it's a kind of demon. Even though we are performing devotion to Bhagwan, we are regularly visiting the Mandir, we are like listening kathas and everything, still sometimes some of devotees lapses due to social media. So, as a Loyadham Parivar Bhakta, we should always become extremely careful when we are using the social media stuff. Do not contact if we do not need. Do not contact any like inappropriate persons through the social media. The other thing is TV and other gadgets. We know which those gadgets has internet uses, and sometimes by misusing of internet you can fall from the Panchvartman. Nightclubs and parties where men and women dances together, interact closely, so that's also the dangerous place for following the Panchvartman. And the most important for the youth, that is peer pressure. Sometimes the college friends, sometimes due to their high school friends, the devotee caught into the peer pressure, and because of their peer pressure they change their line from the satsang, even though they were like known as satsang or satsangi or devotees. Still they started to take some drinks or eating some like food which contains eggs and something, even though they started to eat outside food. In this way they lapses in performing this Panchvartman. So we should be careful for following this Panchvartman, because that is very important, as Puja Guruji depicted in the Kalyan Kanika. Like when you perform these 5 religious vows, then your antakaran become safe, meaning become pure. And if you do not follow this, then the all kind of waste through your senses fill your meaning antakaran, and your heart become polluted, and Bhagwan would not remain with you. So how can your satsang remain firm? That's why the Panchvartman is more important. Now, the next point is regular seva. Yes, this is also important things. Regular seva meaning physical seva, mental seva and monetary seva. First one, physical seva purifies your indriyas and antakaran, meaning senses and mind. The outer senses and inner senses become pure if you perform the manual seva or physical seva, like sweeping the floor, mandir floor, or like doing vacuums, cleaning the other stuffs. This is also this kind of seva, serving the devotees, cooking for the devotees. This is also the seva. The other sevas were like if any events coming to the mandir, decoration stuff, that's also called the physical seva. Sometimes you are given some task to like contacting the other devotees, that's also called as physical seva, meaning many different kinds of sevas. The second is seva through the mind, meaning seva performed through our mind and force atmiyata amongst the devotees, and finally resulted in inner peace for forever. So this is also needed through mind. Now the question arises, how we can perform seva through our mind? through our mind, we can recall the katha we have listened. Through our mind, we should recall the events we visited or we took part in, meaning events of the satsang, not the other. Uh, Also, like we should recall the guns of the santos and bhaktos, meaning gun grahak. In this way, we can do more thing from our mind. Whatever we think, like charitras, we can think through our mind. That is also called the seva through our mind, meaning any kind of God-related things which we perform through our mind. That is called seva through our mind. So if we perform this, then the atmiyata with santo and bhakto, that become more firm. And because of that, the inner peace we can feel forever. Third one is seva by donation, meaning monetary sacrificing, monetary contributing to the mandir. That is called your seva by donation. That purifies your wealth. Maharaj will become your partner in all types of situation in your life. So if Maharaj is your partner, then what kind of pain or like something adverse circumstances happen to you? Nothing would happen to you in financial condition. You ever remain satisfied by your financial condition if you perform this seva. And Maharaj says, Maharaj commands in Siksapatri, my householder followers shall donate a tenth of their money, grains, etc., acquired by one's occupation in the service of Sri Krishna Bhagwan. Those who are financially deprived shall instead donate 1/20th part of their income. So, for the Loyadham Parivar devotee, each and every devotee, whether you are living in family, 3 members, then all three, if they are getting some income, they all should give their teeth, meaning 10% of their income to Loyadham. Why? Because it is Maharaj Agnya, as well as if you give this, then your wealth become pure. Sometimes what happen? If you perform your job, but you do not know, as I perform my job in this store, then it has many sins regarding this stuff, or many such like some kind of thing happen throughout my day, so that I have come into contact with the sinful activities either through my mind or through my actions. In this way, whatever happened, like any sinful activities knowingly or unknowingly performed by you, and while earning the money, meaning while performing your job or while performing your business. So if any such kind of thing happen, sometimes you don't know about the things, about the rules, and still you are performing those things, and in this situation without knowing you perform some sinful activities. You don't know about that. That's true. As you don't know, so you are like innocent, but still the action work. So if you give your 10% of your income to Bhagwan, then your wealth become pure. Otherwise, what happen? In this world, there are many wealthy, even in US, there are many wealthy business persons or origin from India. There are many people who had collected like lots of wealth and properties and bank balances and everything, but still they are not getting peace. Why? What is the reason? It's only because their wealth is impure. They have stolen the part of Bhagwan. And if you give 10% to Bhagwan, then you have given the part of Bhagwan to Bhagwan. Why? Because just as in your business, if you have the partner, then you have to give him according whatever discussed or whatever decided part to him. If he's a partner for 10%, then you have to give him 10% of your income. If he's a partner for 50%, then you have to split whatever you earn, 50-50. In the same way, Bhagwan is your partner, is your monetary partner. So if whatever you earn, you give to Maharaj, then Maharaj would, as a partner, he'll never let your business go down. He never tried or never let go your income down. He always tried to increase your wealth, increase your income. Because if your income increase, he also increase as well as a 10%. In this way. So donate your 10% or 5% of physical effort, time and income to Loyadham. Not only the money, but time and effort. These also should be contributed for Mandir, 10%. Next, listening to Katha every day. This is also one most feature for Loyadham Parivar devotees. We have Haricharitramrut Sagar Katha in live Katha, we have Vivek Chintamani Katha, we have Mukta Charitram Katha, we have English discourses and many other Kathas from our Santo. We have also Puja Guruji's Katha. So we should listen this Katha every day. Just as you need to take some meal every day, in the same way, you need to listen Katha every day. Why to listen Katha and read scriptures? Next, regularly reads Holy Scriptures. Along with the listening Katha, we should also try to maintain the inclination of reading the Scriptures. We should always read a Vachanamrut. If not the whole, then at least one paragraph or one question answer. We should also read and think of Sadguru's Vato. Along with those things, we should also read the scriptures written by our Guru Parampara like Muktanand Swami and Adharanand Swami. Also should read the Charitras from Bhagwan Swaminarayan's life and also the Charitras of Muktanand Swami from his book. So let me see why to listen to Katha and read the scriptures in next slide. First one, Gunathan Swami says, one, those who budget at least half their time to listen to spiritual discourses will remain spiritually well. These are big projects of building mandirs, etc. So there is no likelihood that this work will come to an end. Meaning, the seva and the other stuffs would never likely to end. But along with those things, we should listen Katha. This is for those who are forever living in the mandir. But for you, there is no end to your job or business. There is no end to your social gatherings and other things. But along with those things, you should keep half of your time budget for listening Katha. Many other things Swami says, what are the spiritual discourses of God like? A God comes and says, wake up, wake up, wake up, and the fear of thieves is removed. Similarly, spiritual discourses are a security force like this. When there is someone who wake up us, then there is no fear of stealing of our wealth. So in the same way, someone is guarding us. And what is that? That is the Katha. If we want to remain safe, or if we want to keep our wealth in the form of dharma, bhakti, jnana, viraga, or whatever our virtues, we want to keep those virtues safe in our life, then we must listen to the Katha. In Vachanamrut, Maharaj says, one is not able to attain extremely fine virtues without Kathavarta and association of a sant. Maharaj answered to Kabai's question, avoid company of external kusangis and keep the company of the sant. So through the scriptures and through the listening Kathavarta, one can keep the association of the sant. In Kalyan Ganika Puja, Guruji says the Katha nourishes the mind and the soul just as food nourishes the body. So I have already told this to you. Next, regularly associate with the sant. Even though you are listening Katha and reading the scriptures, still you need to stay connected with Puja Guruji and Santo through the phone, video calls, Zoom, sabhas, joining WhatsApp groups. In this way, communication is an important part of all relationship. As we are called Loyadham Parivar Bhakto, Parivar meaning family. As we all are family members, we should all like contact with Puja Guruji. That's why we are saying like we are in one family. If we do not have any kind of contact with Puja Guruji or Santo, then how we can say like I am his, or they are like my mentors, or they are like my elders? How we can say? Just as you keep contact with Puja Guruji and Santo, in the same way you should also joining WhatsApp groups and other media. You should also contacting the other devotees to keep Atmiyata safe. Next, stays aware of Loyadham activities. This is also important thing. Sometimes what happens, you are known as Loyadham Parivar Bhakto, but still you are not aware of our activities. So you should be well aware of all of our activities. Just as we have a Loyadham Music Academies, we have Loyadham Gujarati School, we have Youth Sibir, upcoming events. In this way, you can know all the events, upcoming events, and all samayas and everything about our activities. Not only Loyadham US activity, but also what happened in India. Like in Vadodara, we have a Sadavrat, meaning free food for all. In this way, many different activities we perform, like in Kandari and in Navli Loyadham, they have like education in nominal or free basis. So this is what we should know about this. Next, maintains appropriate discretion in practical life. So when you as a devotee of Loyadham Parivar, when you each other come into any financial like behavior or dealings, then at that time, first you should consulting with Puja Guruji. You should ask him, Guruji, I want to do business with this Bhagat. Can we do the business or not? Or Puja Guruji, this Bhagat has his motel and he wanted an employee and I need a job, so can I go to there or not? In this way. Or sometimes you fly for or you migrate from one state to another. At the time you should ask Guruji, like should I go there or not? Or if you do not get a chance to reach Puja Guruji, then at the time you should go to any appropriate Santo, and through those Santo you should know the basis of Puja Guruji. This is also the way. Next, Marulaksh Loyadham, meaning our whole aim of our life, our spiritual life is Loyadham. Loyadham, Loyadham and Loyadham, nothing else. Loyadham Parivar is my family. Loyadham is my organization. Puja Guruji is my elder, is my mentor, is my Sadguru. Muktanandiya Parampara is my Guru Parampara. Thakurji Maharaj is my Ishtadev, is my Dei Swarup. That's it. We should be very cautious regarding this. And what is Marulaksh Loyadham? 3 points. First one is supremacy of Bhagwan Swaminarayan. We as a Loyadham Parivar Bhakto must have the Upasana of Bhagwan Swaminarayan firm, staunch and unflinching. In any condition, whatever we listen regarding the other things or other stuff doesn't matter. We always remain firm in believing Bhagwan Swaminarayan is the Supreme Lord. That's it. Second, strictly adherence of his commands. As we believe him as a Supreme God, and if we do not follow his rules, then how it said like we believed him as a Supreme God? So, strictly adhere to his commands. Third one is the only goal to please Maharaj and Mukto, meaning our Sadgurus, from Muktanand Swami to our Puja Dada Guruji and Puja Guruji, and also the Pragat Mukto of Loyadham Parivar Bhakto, meaning Santo and Bhaktos. That is the only goal we have, to please these Sadgurus and Santo Bhaktos, so that Maharaj automatically would become pleased upon us. Also, the last but not least, connects other aspiring devotees with Loyadham Parivar. That is our duty. If you are getting some good thing in a free, then you should share those free things to the others, because that's your experience, and through the experience you really get something special from those things. So in the same way, you have attained many good things free of charge from Loyadham Parivar. So in the same way, you should also give this good thing in the form of Loyadham Parivar to the others. That is called Marula Loyadham. Puja Guruji many times says, just as Puja Guruji says, Mane મળ્યા જે મહારાજ તે મારે સામા જીવને આપવા છે. So, in the same way, we should also resolve in our mind, what I have attained the Loyadham Parivar, what I have attained the Muktanandiya Parampara, what I have attained the Thakurji Maharaj, what I have attained this Loyadham Parivar Santo Bhakto, what I have attained my Sadguru in the form of Puja Guruji, I want to give those things to the others. If anyone can understand the glory of Thakurji Maharaj, Muktanandiya Parampara, Puja Guruji, all these Loyadham Parivar Santo Bhakto, those persons, they become glad. Not only that, but they become extremely happy in their life, either in this world or afterlife. This is the whole purpose of living a precise Loyadham Parivar devotee's life. This is what the life of Loyadham Parivar devotees. Let me pray to our Thakurji Maharaj, our Sadgurus, from Muktanand Swami to Puja Dada Guruji, Puja Guruji, and all present Muktos of Loyadham Parivar. Please grant us such a inner strength, so that spiritual strength, so that we can live a precise life of Loyadham Parivar Bhakto. By saying this, my humble Jai Swaminarayan. Shri Ghanshyamprakashdasji Jai, Shri Thakurji Maharajani Jai, Shri Patim Shri Dharam Sarvadeveshwaram Bhakti Dharmatmajam Vasudevam Harim Madhavam Keshavam Kamadam Karanam Swaminarayanam Neelakantham Bhaja. Shri Thakurji Maharajani Jai.